Think we are live. I am technically on my phone. No, computer slash phone. It's a whole setup. Anyway, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Asia. Um, I have been doing a ton of different things. I've been on TikTok for a long time, since 2019, and so now I'm kind of getting out of my shell, and it's 2023. And so I decided to do something a little different. I want to do lives and a lot more lives because there's a lot of information out there that needs to be shared. And sometimes we're too scared to do it. So here we go. So today I want to do the 4 E's. My 4 E's are, and I think I put it in my tag. I don't see where I put my tag. But anyway, so E number one is effort. A lot of times we don't put in the effort because of fear, because we don't want to fail, because of so many different things. And we put ourselves in a box that we don't even know how to get ourselves out of. And then we'll say it's this or that. It took me probably an hour just to set this up, even though I could have just easily just popped it, put it on my phone, go live, and been done that. But I had to put all the pieces together so that this could be a whole situation, right? So one thing is just effort. Just make sure you put in the effort to do it. And even though it's scary, even though it's going to be hard, just do it anyway so that you can start to see the results. It takes one step at a time, one step at a time. Number two, execution. So putting in the effort is one thing, but then also executing what you planned, right? So a lot of times we say we're going to do this, we say we're going to do that, we're going to do New Year's resolutions, and we're going to lose weight, or we're going to go to the gym, we're going to get up early, we're going to eat healthy, we're going to do all these different things. And these things we say in our minds, but we never actually put it down on paper and then try to execute. So then it just goes into nowhere, right? It's an idea, but an idea is not written down and it doesn't become anything. It's just like at the wind, right? So we got to find a way to execute that and put that down on paper so that we can plan it out. Because if we don't, it doesn't get done. Number three is efficiency. So we do a lot of different things, but we always feel kind of maybe scatterbrained or ADHD. I'm always doing these things because it's not necessarily we're efficient at what we're doing. We're doing something, but we're not doing it well. So how do we fix that? How do we scale that down? How do we write it out, plan it out? What tools, what technology do we use? Who can we ask? Who can we talk to? Who knows how to fix that situation? When we're in a situation, it's hard for us to see the other different sides of the spectrum, right? We're not like when we're in it, like when you're in a storm, you can't see your way out of the storm, but sometimes you can ask a friend or a family member or somebody you work with, and then they'll give you a different perspective of something that you didn't think of. So efficiency is very important for 2023. And number four, expansion. How do we expand our territory? How do we grow our business? How do we scale it? How do we step outside that box so that we can complete the things that we want to do and that we can show others? How do we network? How do we grow it? We just stay in our little cubicles, in our little quarters. A lot of us are on Facebook, but we're only friends of friends, or we only share it to the people in our little community, and it doesn't go anywhere. So we're trying to sell our products, but we're not actively really trying to sell because we haven't pushed it, we haven't put it anywhere, we didn't tell anybody, right? I didn't like I'm right now, I'm public, so anybody can see this live. But a lot of people on Facebook are just friends of friends. So say that you want to reach the masses, but how can you do that when you only have like 400 friends and you can only share it to your friends, but you didn't make your business and stuff public? So how do you expand that? How do you get out of that comfort zone and reach other people? I'm saying all this to say that I am doing a lot of stuff online. I'm doing a lot of trainings and a lot of teachings this year, and so I want you to be a part of it. I have created a app. It's called Asia.club. I'm really excited about it. Yay! So you can go to Asia.club, it's AYSIA.club, and sign up, and you can see all the things that I'm teaching and training this year. This year is going to be huge. This year is the year of expansion. We're going to do some amazing things. So the 4 E's are effort, execution, efficiency, and expansion. And I hope that you join. Let me show you the app. Oh, and ERTC. How did I forget ERTC? We're going to talk a lot about ERTC because I feel like people will be sleeping on ERTC, and I just don't think they know enough about it, and so they're a little nervous. But if you click Asia.club and join and ask me anything, like questions and answers, I'll be glad to give them to you. I want to do a lot more lives so that I can give people some assurance, because I think a lot of it is just people are just nervous, people are apprehensive. A lot is going on, right? So everybody's a little on edge, a little kind of scary a little bit, but it's going to be okay. So ERTC is the Employee Retention Tax Credit. ERTC is basically like right now it's January, right? So everybody's filing for your personal taxes. Well, the ERTC is for your business. So anybody that had a loss in revenue or gross receipts, or you had the government mandate where you couldn't work, or you had to do the 6 feet apart, and so you couldn't get as much revenue as you normally would, much income. You had to stop. Maybe you had large events. Maybe you were doing concerts and stuff, and those had to come to a halt. If you had between 5 and 500 employees, and they were full time between 2020 and 2021, you are eligible if you qualify, right? So basically, the ERTC came from the IRS, whereas the PPP loan came from the Small Business Administration. Now, back then, you could only do one. You could do one or the other. Most people went to PPP because it was a lot easier and a lot less stringent. And let's be honest, the IRS has got a lot of red tape, right? So it's a lot of like fine print you gotta do, a lot of paperwork. So, however, the IRS gives you back up to $26,000 per employee. So I don't want you to sleep on that. And this is also for people who closed their business during the pandemic as well. So if you closed your business in 2021 or 2022, but you still had a business in 2020, they're going to go back and look at your statements from 2019, what your income was then compared to how it turned out in 2020 and 2021 with the pandemic, and if you paid too much tax. So imagine like when you drive your car, right? So your car insurance may be, I don't know, $150, $200 a month. Well, at the end of those 6 months, or if you pay them yearly, they'll tell you whether you did X, Y, and Z, or whether the state, how many they guesstimate how many accidents there are per year. Same thing with your business. They just guesstimate how much tax that the economy is going to need to run on your behalf, right? So when the pandemic happened, everything stopped, everything shut down. So like car insurance, I guesstimated, let's say they guesstimated it was going to be 250,000 accidents. So that's what they budgeted for. When in fact, maybe it was only 50,000 because everybody stayed home. Same thing happens with the ERTC credit. They guesstimated that your business was going to need this amount of taxes in order for you to be good for that year. Well, you didn't really need to spend that much money because you didn't do as much work. The pandemic happened, the mandate happened, everything shut down. So now you have a credit sitting in your account. And the only one who can get your credit and your business credit is you. So it's kind of like if you don't use it, it's like you snooze, you lose. Kind of like that, what is it, like PTO or something? Like if you don't use it by the end of the year, you don't get it, that kind of thing. Same thing with the IRS. So I really encourage you all to sign up and see if you're eligible. Click the link that I have, Asia.club, and click on ERTC. If not, You can jump in once you go on my app, just send me a message and I'll send you more information. I'm going to do a lot more of these, so don't worry. If you're just now coming in and getting this on the back end, it's okay. We're going to do a lot more of these. But again, just join my app. It's Asia.club. It's AYSIA.club. It's easy to get to. Try to make it as simple as possible. We're going to do a lot more stuff about businesses, how to grow, how to scale your business, and how to really expand it, how to reach outside of your comfort zone, do things that you would never do. It's, like this. I'm not really a person on live, but here I am. I've had many, 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 many people tell me, promise me you do something on television. I was like, no, I'm meant to be behind the camera. But sometimes things happen where you are supposed to be in front, and no matter what happens, you find your way back to that place. So sometimes you just got to embrace it. So I'm going to go back over my 4 E's again. They're effort, execution, efficiency, and expansion. Join my club, Asia.club, and we will talk soon. I love you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening.